Hello, Earthlings. Neutron Sound here, back again, slinging those album reviews your way. Although I don't know if I can call today's thing an album review because I'm examining the new Rogues Among Us EP, Analysis Paralysis. These guys are a Houston-based prog-pop rock band, which I saw live first while touring with Matthew Azrieli this year. And I definitely heard at least one song from this EP during their set. This is their only release, I believe, with Kyle Rodriguez on bass, unless he plans to rejoin them in the near future. I don't know. But it's also their first release with Jonathan Means on drums. Maybe it's the new drummer, maybe it's the production, but this EP sees them polish up their already pretty polished sound from their last EP, The Watcher. Yeah, I'm pretty sure John's drumming has something to do with that. Anyway, the first track is Maladjusted. It has an eerie intro with an eerie sample of a woman telling a story about an encounter she had with the police. And it settles into a nice sort of polished, funky groove thing. But then the chorus hits you hard with the line, "Words regret, delete the rest." And it has a quasi-disco 4 on the floor, middle 8 in the middle, and every section is tied together with Bradley Fryou's reverbed guitar. The ending feels a bit cut short, but it transitions pretty well into the next track, From Within. It's a quasi-love song, but it's got some hard rock guitars, and again, the drums giving it a sort of fist-pumping, dancey track kind of feel. There are some odd meters in here mainly to transition between the sections. I also kind of like the rumba or flamenco or mariachi type middle 8 with Spanish guitars and Spanish lyrics before the chorus comes back. I also like how what they're singing in Spanish appears in the next song, Flawless, in English. Hold Your Tongue When Words Fail. Flawless is the ballad of the album. There are some odd meters in the chorus as it gathers steam and turns into another hard rock riff. The Hold Your Tongue line appears in the first verse and also in the breakdown with some prominent piano, and you get some layered vocals coming in. John's drums, again, give it some steam. It culminates in the rock riff, arranged in a more fist-pumping, hand-clapping, sing-along arena rock thing that I kind of mentioned before about From Within. The next track, No Cause for Concern, is the slow jam about regretting not achieving your dreams. It's always a really effective device to say that you're not in some state of mind, to sort of convey to people that you are, kind of like what 10cc did on I'm Not in Love, or what Mark Benavides, assuming he writes the majority of the lyrics because he's the lead singer, talking about how he's saying he's not actually suicidal, or he's not going to commit suicide even though he's been thinking about it. It gives an extra depth to the lyric more than just saying, I regret not following my dreams. And it's also got some nice contrast between Bradley Fryou and Robert Nesby, both playing the same rhythm on the guitars, but with different tones and different melodies, making essentially different riffs that still connect. Like, they feel in unison even though they're playing completely different shapes with completely different tones. Also, John plays bass on this. And then the final track, Cut the Chord, is the rocking, rollicking closer, which Robert plays bass on. He has some nice staccato contrast with the guitars and the piano playing really smoothly and legato chords at the end. I also like how it suddenly gives way after the first verse, sort of foreshadowing the second section, and then in the middle you get all these layered phone calls layered over the riff as it slowly, chromatically descends into hell, and just when you think It'll get its ass scorched by the fire. The slow section comes in again for a bit of a jazzy solo from Bradley, and then you get the contrasting guitar and bass things. They do a really effective thing at the end where they take away the instruments one by one till it's just Mark's voice and piano, and then it's just his voice. It gives you it's just haunting enough. So, all in all, I did enjoy listening to this EP. I was kind of hoping for a more live sound. I may be biased because I heard them live first, but I think most of their fans at this point heard them live first, although they are burgeoning as far as I can tell. You should definitely check them out. So all in all, it's a great EP, although I would kind of like to hear a slightly less polished, more Watcher type sound. But that's just my opinion. I'm dying to hear yours. So if you've heard this EP, what do you think of it? Let me know in the comments. And that's it for my Rogues Among Us EP review. So until next time, this is Neutron Sound signing off. Go forth and be awesome.